Buyers are frustrated. I'm frustrated. It has been a very difficult time to buy a house over the last few years, but I am going to make a case today that September of 2025 marks one of the best buying opportunities for home buyers in the last 2 to 3 years. We're going to cover all of that and more on this week's housing market update. We're going to start off with the housing market data. Then we're going to talk about mortgage rates. Then we're going to talk about the U.S. economy, which is affecting the mortgage rates. And finally, I'm going to break it down to explain exactly why now is a great time to buy. Or at least there's a case to be made that right now is a great time to buy. Guys, stay tuned. This is going to be a good one. We're covering this, of course, on your favorite investing channel, Investing in Bryan-College Station, Texas. The goal of this channel is to help you grow your wealth through real estate here in Aggieland. And my name is Greg Schwartz. I'm a Marine Corps helicopter pilot turned real estate investor. And along the way, I got my real estate license to help folks just like you buy and sell, and most importantly, invest here in Aggieland. So let's jump into the housing market data. Again, this is accurate as of August 2025. We're gonna go pretty quickly through this because there's not a lot to note. The one number I do want to highlight is median price is actually down year over year, 3.1%. We don't often see this as on these monthly reports that this number is down. 3.1 is pretty impressive in a negative sense. $315,000, right about where we've been though, right in the low threes. Closed sales 291, up 2.8% year over year. Active listings 1,311. If you have not been following along, guys, over 1,000 active units is a lot of active units for our housing market, and we're up 10.7% year over year. There are a lot of houses to choose from. There have been a lot of houses to choose from for the last 3 to 4 months. And months of inventory at 4.7. Guys, months of inventory is a measure of buyer or seller's market. And here in Bryan-College Station, anything over 4 months of inventory is indicative of a buyer's market, meaning that buyers generally have the upper hand, which of course is why we're likely seeing that decrease in the median home price at $315,000. Lastly, days on market at 102. Anything over 100 is a lot for our local market, meaning it's taking just over 3 months to sell a house right now here in Bryan-College Station. That's all super important, but that doesn't tell the full picture. So let's talk about mortgage rates. The truth is mortgage rates are pretty low right now. In fact, at 6.29%, according to Mortgage News Daily. And guys, keep in mind, this is as of the recording this video, September 10th, 2025. The current 30-year fixed is 6.29%, which is about as low as it's been in the last 3 years. As you can see here, there's only been about 4 to 5 times in the last 3 years that we saw rates drop this low, and each time, guess what happened? Shortly thereafter, the rates popped back up. So I don't know how long we're gonna stay here or if this is a trend, but that all kind of plays into my point of now might be a good time to buy. There's still another piece we need to talk about, and that is the U.S. economy, because of course the U.S. economy has a direct effect on what's gonna happen with mortgage rates. So what's going on in the U.S. economy? Well, guys, the jobs report, which I mentioned in previous videos, is not looking too good. The jobs report and its negative revisions, basically saying that there's less job openings than expected, resulted in our drop in these mortgage rates from about 6.7 down here to where we're at call it 6.3. If we continue to see softness in the U.S. economy, we usually see decreasing mortgage rates. If you want more information on how this is all tied together, I do have a PDF that breaks it down. In the description below, there will be a link. Click the link and I will send you that PDF directly. It better explains how the U.S. economy affects our mortgage rates and how those mortgage rates affects our housing market. But let's put all of this together in a neat little package for you so you understand why now is a good time to buy. Let's start off with that data. We pointed out that the housing prices are down 3.1% year over year. So there's softness in the prices. And there's 1,311 houses to choose from, so there's a lot of options for buyers. Lower prices and a lot of options, this sounds like a pretty good deal. Oh, and by the way, mortgage rates are about as low as they've been in the last 3 years. So if you've been looking for a house for the past 3 years, mortgage rates are a lot better. In fact, just May of this year, we were at 7%. So we were down considerably from that 7% high to our 6.29 current interest rate. And the good news is, if you're a veteran using a VA loan or a first-time homebuyer using an FHA loan, you're likely under 6% for your interest rate. So the fact is, those folks are actually in the fives. The point being is, I don't know how long this will stay this way. Because if rates continue to decrease, which of course as buyers were like, hey, that's more affordability, that's good. But the problem is, if rates come down, let's call it down another 0.5% into the high fives, we could see a major increase in buyer activity. Simple supply and demand says that if buyer activity increases, prices will likely react, meaning prices will also increase. Now, this won't happen overnight, but I do think that if we see a continued decrease in interest rates, that by the spring of next year, we could see another large increase in housing prices. We could get back to those higher year-over-year appreciations vice the decrease that we saw this month. So I rest my case that right now, the fall of 2025 might be the best opportunity. Relatively low rates, relatively soft market, at least for the time being. Guys, if you want more information like this, if you want to know how to invest in Bryan-College Station, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and otherwise, until next week, you take it easy.